Hello, Dr. Ravindran. Very good evening to you. It is a pleasure for me to invite you today for a brief discussion. I think we are covering up an extremely important topic today. We are going to relate our most important mission of MSF, and that is how do we go ahead and prevent health problems or health diseases. Today, our topic is going to relate between productivity and how do we take care of our health in that perspective. I must thank you for removing time here. Thank you so much for being here. I believe this is one topic that we can go on and on, but yes, I think that we can, understand and know that health can improve a worker's productivity by improving their physical capacity. But we know accurate, improved health can improve a worker's ability to be more productive as well. I think that you have authored books wherein you have spoken at large about productivity, and I think you have been a master there. I don't even have to think twice about it. So yes, I think poor employee productivity can be defined as physically being at work but not working. I think you and I, we both have seen it. Largely all the organizations now are facing it, that employee productivity can really be affected if we don't take care of ourselves. And this type of poor productivity is called presentism, wherein the person is there, but physically, mentally, the person is just absent. So yes, it is estimated that the cost associated with presentism due to poor employee health, which I think we all are facing in COVID right now, is at least 2 to 3 times greater than direct healthcare expenses. I think you'll agree totally with me on that, Dr. Ravindran. I think this is something we are seeing more in the COVID times. A person is present, but then absolutely not there. So while the estimated cost of presentism dwarfs the cost of healthcare, it does not receive the same level of scrutiny. I think this is what we are going to discuss a lot today. We have to let this awareness be there, that while the employers are preoccupied with controlling the direct cost of poor employee health, what is it exactly we can raise awareness in? I think your inputs here is something that I really would appreciate, and this is how we can go ahead and bring about and a message of how we can prevent any kind of diseases. So would you like to, the first thing, how do you think that worker well-being, gets impacted on the employee performance? Would you please like to throw light on that?
Thank you, Sapna, for calling me on this platform. You rightly said the situation today. The COVID situation is very badly impacted each one of us. So the discussion what we are going to happen today is the first question you put on me is that the impact on the employee performance. Yeah. Right? So, see, the well-being of employees significantly impact the performance of an individual and in total the organization as well. So sure. This enhances people absenteeism from the work, as you said, and directly impacts productivity as a whole organization. It means the sick leaves will go up drastically, and people availability for work become a major concern for the organization at the workplace in each shifts, especially at the manufacturing setup, missing somebody in the shift that have a lot of causes happening. So sudden leaves or the absenteeism of many employees in the workplace create a crisis in any organization. Right. In other words, this may add to increase the cost of operation, as you said. No?
Right. Right.
Higher well-being at the workplace means the higher performance at the workplace and better organizational performance as a whole. I mean, the higher productivity. Right. So there is an impact.
Right. Right.
Cost pressures will be there.
In fact, I think this is really highlighted by you so nicely right now, the sick leaves. There was a time wherein sick leaves were mandated only for a few days in a year. But
now this COVID season has no, there is no control now.
Yes, absolutely. So coming to my next question, Dr. Ravindran, what do you think is the relationship today when we are talking about MSF as an organization who is there to create awareness? What do you think is the relationship? How do we build that relationship between health and productivity of an individual? Because many people don't look at it as that way. So how do you think we can look at it in that angle?
Yes, there is a direct relationship between health and productivity. Right? I think you would agree that
yes.
there is a direct relationship between health and productivity in any organization. I'm sure
yes.
A healthy person can only give his 100% at the workplace.
Yes.
And therefore, I feel the healthy person can only be productive. It means the relationship is like made for each other.
Right.
Right.
I think.
Yeah.
Yes, I totally agree with you here.
Yeah. So any individual's career depends on health, and productivity or performance depends on your health. So for me, there is a direct proportionate relationship between the health and productivity at the workplace. This is what I look. This is how I look at.
Yeah, in fact, you went ahead, and I was just about to ask you my next question. You went ahead and solved it out for us. You actually answered it so clearly to us that yes, productivity and health is totally correlated with each other. I still remember wherein there have been days where I may get up in the morning and I may not feel like going to work. And if I still push myself to going to work, I am going to end up not even being productive. I believe that's something which you put across so nicely right now for us. So coming to my next question, Dr. Ravindran, again, how does fitness, any kind of fitness routines that we set up in our life, so how does fitness improve productivity? I believe that increased productivity is noticeable within weeks of implementing an exercise regime. I'm sure you would, give me more insights on that. You would be the right person because exercise raises our energy levels. It also helps us combat stress. So when we feel happier, we would take more good tasks at work. So could you please give us more light on that?
Sure. I would, before ending to this question, I would a little more add to the previous question, the relationship, the productivity related to health. About, so I would add a little more than I got something now. So yes, of course, as I said earlier, there is a direct link to the health of employees. So without a healthy employee, you cannot produce results. It means no higher productivity is possible in any organization in the absence of healthy employees. So healthy employees can contribute much more than sick employees. I mean, unhealthy employees, right? I would say improved health can improve workers' ability to be more productive. To me, productivity is largely a factor of an employee's desire to work. That's how I look at the relationship between health and productivity. So coming back to your the question, like the exercise, the fitness, what you're talking about, right? So my take on this is that companies offering employee wellness programs show a significant gain in productivity among workers, right? There are studies available on this where significant improvements are shown in their productivity when they undergo wellness programs. So it's a proven, there are researchers available. So any organization investing on this wellness program, there is a direct or indirect benefit got into organizations. So it is going to help the organization when you run a fitness program or the wellness programs. I'm sure that there is a direct proportion to that. That cost is going to...
I think this is really very important, Dr. Ravindran, your inputs, necessarily because in today's times, employees are spending a lot of time at home. And
Yeah.
this, in fact, gets me to the next question, that is there any do-it-yourself hacks to improve the employee health at work?
Yes, of course, one has to do their own. So everything cannot depend on the organization. So it is said that no, health is wealth. Right? It is true to a great extent. Right? Hope you agree that health is wealth.
Yes, yes,
So,
yes.
so without a good health, we would not be able to do anything.
Yeah,
Care of work or any activities would become impossible if we struggle with the health conditions all of the time, right? So my take on this are, you practice, eat sensibly, drink
yeah,
plenty of water,
yeah.
restrict unnecessary things like coffee, cold drinks, which is become it's a basic necessity of the youngsters and so-called Y generation, and maintain a good posture at work, take frequent breaks, then keep your workplace neat and clean, be hygienic, because the COVID has made us everyone that to be hygiene. uh,
Yeah.
Avoid personal contact with sick employees. Learn to manage your tension and the mental stress is all very important for me.
I think you have given us points which are so very important and crucial. Um Something what you mentioned about eating healthy or taking frequent breaks, just there is so much importance that organizations need to give this. Taking frequent breaks, very valuable inputs by you, Dr. Ravindran. Really enjoying this, which brings me again to a very important question which many employers would like to know, that is it really important to, or is it crucial to invest in employee well-being initiatives?
Yes, it is very crucial because see, unhealthy employees cannot give the output you look for. The productivity has to be matched with your plans or the goals you set. Right? So this is only possible from healthy employees, especially when you talk about mental health. So such employers must invest in well-being programs in organizations. So this investment can help to improve some areas like this can help you to decrease absenteeism due to sickness, then improve employees' health behaviors, reduces the health risk, reduces further healthcare cost in the company, uh, improve overall productivity. It also can improve retention of employees and thereby reduced recruitment costs. I'll talk this because I'm an HR person, so I have to talk about
Right.
this. Finally,
Right.
finally helps to sustain the employee morale and overall satisfaction and motivation. So this is how I look at it.
I think it's very uh, you have put things so very uh, how do I say, you have put it in sync, and I really like the way that you connected to something what all HR professionals will agree with, knowing that human resource is becoming the most important place in today's world, and people want to invest in human resources, and that's a real capital. One important thing which nowadays is more spoken about gets me to the next question, Dr. Ravindran, is mental health. Mental health as a whole is a topic now getting discussed a lot. So how do you think is mental health or taking care of our mental health going to affect work productivity? There are things that are now getting spoken about very slowly and are actually getting recognition, like depression. Because if people are going to have any kind of signs of depression, then it's going to get associated with higher rates of disability, unemployment. In fact, depression is going to also affect it is a data that it could affect more than 20% of the time of an employee who puts in work, and it's going to reduce the cognitive performance of about 35% of the time. Could you please highlight us and tell us a little bit more about this? I think mental health as a whole is going to really be spoken about a lot in the near future. We would like to have your inputs on connection of mental health and work productivity.
And that's what I said earlier in the so the mental health, somebody investing on mental health will have its own benefit. So especially at this during this COVID period, we have lots of issues with the employees where there somebody is working from home, somebody's half employee strength is working from home.
Yeah.
Some of them are at the workplace. So there's a disbalance in the organization. So there are so much pressure on the employees, and on top of that, the external factors like the COVID has made us really into very bad situation. So the mental well-being today is very important. Earlier those days we were not able to as an organization we were not ready to look at the mental health, but today it's only physical health we used to discuss. But after COVID in the organization, the lot of importance has put in practice now for improving the mental wellness of the employees. So it's very crucial at this moment now. So employees have both employer and employees have to give some importance so that it is balanced and this will not impact the employees overall productivity.
I think you answered that so well, because today people do shy away from mental health issues. They do not tend to speak about it, which again will be something I would like to ask in the next question to you. Would love to take your inputs here. Knowing that there are mental issues already existing at workplace, which could be stress, anxiety, maybe panic attacks, or maybe even a high blood pressure. But more severe conditions could be something that I'm sure you and many other people are aware of, a post-traumatic stress disorder, which has been associated with workplace bullying. And then there is also a negative impact on productivity, which is directly related. In fact, workplace bullying is one of the things that I have understood is less spoken about, but it can undermine the confidence in the staff a lot. What do you think are the mental health issues at workplace? Would you like to give insights, please?
You want to highlight more on towards the bullying? That's the question. Bullying, no?
I think right from bullying, as well as a few more topics that may not be spoken about. Say, for example, if employees are talking amongst themselves about certain issues that are happening on the family side, but they do not come out openly and talk to the management about it. Even that is a very groping mental health issue. And most of the time, data cannot cover this. So yes, bullying, yes. And apart from that, things that data does not cover in today's times.
All right. So my take on this, see, although bullying of adults at the workplace is a phenomenon or sensation, and that has existed so many years, you would agree that, right? So this has been recognized significant problem for the organization, and undoubtedly it is impacting productivity too, right? Companies have started now realizing the cost of productivity related to this kind of aggressive behavior is very high. Right? So what the research or the history data shows that women are more bullied in comparison with men. I hope you agree or not. In India, specifically, if I talk about, I'm not sure such data is available or not. But I read somewhere that in some countries, I vaguely remember, I don't recall exactly where I read, some ratio like 42% woman and 15% male got bullied at workplace. This is some research data I vaguely remember.
I think I will agree with you here. Reason I agree is most of the cases are now getting reported. When you're talking about a percentage here, earlier the cases were not reported. Hence, maybe the data available was less. As you rightly said, people are actually coming out and maybe talking about it. And
Yes.
hence, that is where the data is also getting reported, as you rightly suggested.
Yes, yes. So the awareness has gone up, right?
Yeah.
So this resulted in the loss of employees' productive hours and finally the actual output, that is the productivity. So also I recall that 82% of such bullied people leave the workplace. This is what the
Yeah.
research data shows.
Yeah.
So
Right.
therefore, bullying will have a direct impact on the productivity of employees, because after bullying the employee will have various disturbances in their life, like job satisfaction, physical health,
Absolutely.
mental health. Right?
Absolutely.
So put together, they may have all sufferings like depression,
Right.
absenteeism, job loss, fatigue, hypertension, sleep disorder, headache,
Yes.
post-traumatic disorder is one of the major thing. When people won't discuss anything, they can't disclose many things. So when that post-traumatic disorders and many more, there are, I can't list out all, but these are the few things coming into my mind. So there is a direct impact because of bullying. There is a direct impact on the productivity on the individuals. So my conclusion with this is that so healthier employees are less likely to call in sick or use off time due to illness. So the prevailing chronic disease trends coupled with economic pressures have proven a significant challenge for employers as well as employees. This is what my conclusion statement I would like to say.
I think you have gone ahead and highlighted most of the crucial aspects that are not covered, or maybe are covered but are not totally covered by most of the employers. They are just trying to gain a lot of insights today. Everybody is trying to understand the direct correlation, but I think this particular session that we have had has extremely been insightful. And I think it's really high time that employers understand the relevance of this conversation, and we as uh, uh, going ahead and being the charge leaders of MSF, we should also go ahead and raise awareness and make this as a very understandable phenomenon, that whether it is mental health or whether it is physical health, at the end of the day, it is going to cost a lot to the organization. And the faster we realize it, the faster we should be able to put practices in place. And I think best practices today do lead to a lot of direct interventions, and that is going to help us to increase the productivity. So I think it was a really nice, insightful session with you. I am really thankful to you, Dr. Ravindran, for this. I am very sure that we should be able to go ahead and uh, put this as a very important cause so that we can prevent diseases and take care of our health in the near future. Thank you so
Yeah.
much, Dr. Ravindran. Pleasure.
This is my book on the productivity.
Wow. This is really nice.
If
I
anybody
think
wants to know more about productivity, they can go through my book.
this is real icing on the cake. Thank you so much, Dr. Ravindran. Yes, we definitely need these practices, because when we speak about health and when we speak about productivity, we have to go ahead and grab the copy as well. So yes, we are more than happy that you showed us this copy. Thank you so much, Dr. Ravindran.
Thank you so much. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Dr. Ravindran.